Hi guys, I want to ask you one question, simple, very quick. How many of you already used an opportunity and went study abroad through Erasmus? Can you raise your hand? Great, so 5%. How many of you are like not just everybody are ISECers? Okay, there are some ISECers. Great. So now you will see like how these projects or big organizations influenced us. Because when I came back from Singapore to Finland, I realized that like the weather conditions is different, right? But also that these two countries are pretty clean, but they are using very complicated system, and they are not putting everything into one bin as in Slovakia. So it's very complicated. You know, you cannot put all trash to one thing. So it's not good, but it's actually great. It's not just good. So they're recycling. How many of you are recycling, guys? Woo! I like you! Great, great. So I wanted, when I came back, I really realized that there are countries who are not recycling at all, and I wanted to let them like, okay, how should they start recycling? How to make them, how to help them, how to educate them. So I find out that there are some situations when people are not putting any trash in the bin, and they are not even recycling, but they are doing this. So there are illegal dumping things in the nature. And one of these dumps I found when I was in Jyväskylä in Finland. It was next to the dormitory. And I was just wondering, like, if Finns would know about this, they would immediately clean it. But how to tell them? So this is the worst scenario you can do with the waste. So how to report it? You can make some envelopes, send it to everybody, like to some local institutions, but I didn't know to whom. So I was just thinking, why not to use in 2009 the coming smartphones, which can take pictures, which knows your locations, and in a very beautifully way they can interact with you. So we created Trashout. And you can download it to Windows Phone, Android, and iPhone. So we are available on all major mobile platforms. And they're successfully adopted. And we won the best smartphone application of the year in Slovakia when we launched in 2012. So wahoo! And this is our team. This is our team we put together with my co-founders and like tremendous, like intelligent guys who made things happen. And we managed to have no girl yet, so we appreciate if some girl will join us soon. We'll see. And the magic started to happen because now I was talking about, okay, we build an application to locate illegal dumps. So you come to illegal dump, you report it, you set the size and the type, you send it, that's all. And it's available online, so super easy. This way, we wanted to raise awareness that there is an issue with actually recycling because people are throwing also trash outside, so it's totally stupid way. So we wanted to raise awareness in the first phase. We succeeded, and one of the success factors was that Marcus from Germany, he joined our company through Erasmus, and he worked with us. And excellent thing happened when he came back home because the university found out that he was working for some great startup and he wasn't putting papers from the right side to the left side. He was doing some actual great work. And they asked him to go live into television in Münster. So for him, he was like, woohoo! And when he was talking, actually many people downloaded an application, Trashout, and they located some illegal dumps next to the Münster. In Germany! Can you imagine? Germans, like illegal dumps, no way! So immediately what happened, in 2 days, they cleaned it up, but they didn't do just this. They asked the police guys to come on the place and took the DNA. So they can find the people who did it, and they will never do it again. And that's cool. And we understood that we can bring actually the know-how from countries to other countries, so we can exchange the know-how how to deal with illegal dumps of the first phase, how to make our planet sustainable. So this was, and the second very important part of our project was when I went to Kosovo. And the Kosovo, it really looked like this when you went out from city to city. It was full of trash, full of illegal dumps full of construction waste. And in that time, I was studying in Finland, in Singapore, and I talked to the Marcus from Germany, and I knew from them one interesting thing. They can't cheat in their schools, and they had no corruption, like very, very slow corruption. So if you have low corruption, it means that you learn, if you have high corruption, you learn it somewhere. And usually you can learn it in school when you are cheating. So I asked the local ones in Kosovo, guys, what is about cheating in your republic, in your region? And it's like, yeah, they will not kick you out. That's the problem. Because in Finland, they will kick you out of the subject. And in Germany, the same. And in US, in some parties. So we find out there is a correlation between quality of education and the corruption and amount of illegal dumps. So it means if you higher the education level and you really restrict it in cheating, then you lower the illegal dumps and usually the level of living goes up. So this is the first learning point. Students, don't cheat in schools and tell your kids and starting by yourself. Don't cheat anywhere. Start doing it and we can have a really nice planet. So this is the first learning point, guys. And the second is, since March 2012, we are like 80,000 people already downloaded the Trashout app, and in our database there's already 18,000 illegal dumps in 70 countries, guys. So we were focusing on Europe, but we went beyond Europe, and there was one partner who helped us a lot, and it's the name of the company. Two guys on the edge is Microsoft. And they promoted us in an app of the day all around the world. And since November last year till now, so thanks to also them, we got to several parts. And one of the countries who are actually right now learning how to recycle and how to locate illegal dumps is the new, these regions, Jordan, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia. And imagine they are putting together people, they locate illegal dumps, then they put together people, and they clean everything. So in the end, you get engagement of people, you change their lives because they know how to, that they can do together, and they're starting to think recycling. So in the end, we want to make the new Trashout, and we want to put new version and to teach people how to recycle, where is the nearest recycle point, to notify them about nearest cleanups, and encourage them to monitor illegal dumps, because this is very important. So for example, we want to tell them how to recycle the razor. If you understand how it's recycled, you will throw it in the right bin. So how do we money? We monetize it from waste collectors. 10% of the money they took by cleaning illegal dumps, we want, because they are doing it extra. And from electronic recycling companies, they want to know, to show people how to recycle electronic because they are collecting it. And also philanthropies. So if you know some philanthropists, tell them about Trashout. We need 25,000 euros now to boost our project and download the application, monitoring illegal dumps, and introduce us to waste collectors. So you can make it happen. And we can be, as a Europe, one of the leading examples how to be a really resource, not independent, and make it sustainable. So the whole planet can be sustainable. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Josef. You get a new title here, Honest Josef.
Wow, thank you. Wow.
Questions for Honest Josef. There is one here and then one over there.
Yeah, great presentation. First of all, I have a question. I think that's a debate right now in Germany about recycling. If you would actually look at some recycling trucks, what they do is that so the consumers, you all nicely put it into boxes, and they take all the boxes and they all dump them together into one big can. The reason being that incineration capacities are massively oversized. We have reduced the volume of waste over the last few years and decades. Hence, it is from a perspective of efficiency for incineration plants, we need to incinerate more garbage. Does this affect you in any way? Because this puts a shadow on recycling, on the practice of recycling.
Thank you. Trashout is here and also here on this event to tell you about this and thinking sustainable. Many of you have projects And if you make some product, if you make some game, and if you from the beginning you're thinking, okay, I'm going to make something tangible, how am I going to recycle it? Is it going to be sustainable? So we are enlarging, like if you download Trashout, if you're using it, we are trying to put a seed in your mind how to think sustainable. So yes, our society is not sustainable right now. That's why we are here. We want to change it, and there might be some really drastic ways how to that it's very hard to recycle, but we have to do it. Incineration, okay, if you're stupid, you do it. There is actually, if you recycle more, there's going to be like hundreds of thousands of new jobs for people, so it's also great for economy. So in the end, we can win.
Next question.
So first, cool with the internship. I'm former ES the guy, so. But really, did you have found you any way to approach governments? There are these open government movements and things like that. Have you thought about cooperating with them, or did you experience any problems with that?
We are partnering with any kind of project with into sustainable living and planet. So we are in 70 countries, so we cannot talk to each parliament by ourselves, and our users does. So we have evangelists in each country. They are telling us, we love your project, we want to, how we can do it. We send the materials, they're talking to local governments. As you saw here, like Iraq, for example, and Jordan, they are like with military also together, and they're together. So people actually does it. We are the platform. Thank you.
Great answer. Anybody else having one last question? If not, let's say thank you very much, Honest Joseph.
Thank you very much.